Hi boys and girls, today we are going to learn how to weave. Now, each of you will have gotten a paper that looks like this, and there's a few slices through it, but they don't go all the way through. And it is very important that you don't rip where it's not cut. We have to be very gentle with this paper. Now, weaving, when we do the weaving itself, it has a pattern. And that pattern is over, under, over, under. Can you say that with me? Over, under, over, under. Very good. Now, what that means is you take a strip of paper and the first thing you do is make it go over one of your little strips from the big paper. So this is called our warp, and it goes left and right, and this is called our weft, and it goes up and down. So we're going to take our warp and do the over under. We go over the first one, under the second one, over, under. And when I go under, I just pick it up and dive underneath it and come out the other side. Over, under, over, under, over. And then when I'm done, I just push it all the way to the top. Now, the second one is tricky. You might be thinking, Mrs. Curlball, I got this. That was so easy. But now, this one has to do the opposite. So, we have to pay very close attention to the last one we just did. So the last one we did, we went over top as our first action. And now this one has to do the opposite. So what is the opposite of starting by going over top? Yes, we're going to start by going under. And that means the edge too. You have to count the edge. You don't start by going under this one. You have to go under the very edge. And some people forget to do that. So very carefully, we're going to go under, then over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and under. And then the same thing, we just push it as far up as it'll go. Sometimes you have to wiggle it back and forth a little to make it go, but it'll get up there. Now, the way you can double check that you have it correct is that it starts to be opposite. This one's over, the one underneath it is under, under, over. And it looks like a checkerboard. Now, the next one you do is always going to be the opposite. So, even though this one's under, we're going to do the opposite again and go over. So it'll be like this one. But every other one is opposite. Remember that pattern, over, under, and you will be great. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you had fun learning how to weave. Bye!